I'm so grateful that Apple TV Plus not only believed in this project, but believed in Mexico. And I think for anybody in Mexico right now, pitching shows and coming up with ideas, the fact that Azules is out is testimony of these great stories that can be exported and that don't have to lose their Mexican flavor in order to be seen all over the world.
Hi, Fernando.
Hi, Jana. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Of course, no, thank you for your time. I love this series.
Yay!
I love it. Yeah, it's so good. And it's touched a lot of different issues. So, but I want to know, I know it's based in real facts, but what was like the main inspiration? Why right now is the right time to tell this story?
Well, I think stories find us. Like, we don't find stories. Stories sort of find a way of getting made. I think this story, I first read about it in an article that a friend of mine and co-creator of the show, Pablo Aramendi, he shared with me. And Pablo showed me the story, and I started doing some digging, and I spoke to one of the Azules, the real Azules. And she told me how this entire project was just basically, a way to distract, like a media trick to distract people from the serial killer and also from the 1968 student massacre. And just to think about how these women were just tricked into joining the police and then not given guns, not allowed to investigate, not allowed to arrest anybody, and how in spite of all of that, they stayed inside and made a real change from within. I think that's definitely one of the reasons why Mexico has a female president right now. I mean, it has to be, and I think in a way, I'm so grateful that Apple TV Plus not only believed in this project, but believed in Mexico. And I think for anybody in Mexico right now, pitching shows and coming up with ideas, the fact that Azules is out is testimony of these great stories that can be exported and that don't have to lose their Mexican flavor in order to be seen all over the world.
Yeah, that's very important because I love that because the identity of the Mexicans are there. So yes, we see that, like the way that they dress. I love it. I love everything. The cast is amazing. Barbara, Miguel. I love Miguel. I love his work. But what was about Barbara Mori that got your attention to bring her?
That's a good question. I think that, first of all, she's a tremendous actress. And I admire her work. And I think that without that, nothing else could be possible. I spoke to a lot of the directors she worked with, like Amate Escalante, Mariana Chenillo, and they all speak volumes of her. And second, she's my wife. So in that sense...
I didn't know, I'm so sorry. I didn't know, you see, I don't
but it's good.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
But I had been looking for a project to do together for the longest time, and we finally found Azules, and I told her, I said, listen, I'm gonna write this character and I'm gonna write it for you, and I'd love to get your input, and I can read your scenes and you can tell me how you see it. And in many ways, Maria is designed as a mix between Barbara and my grandmother. And then all the other actresses sort of came through the traditional casting way, and I found Natalia to be so powerful and so energetic, and she became Valentina, and she helped me create Valentina. And Ximena is incredibly talented, and as a musician, she has perfect timing, and she gave me the timing for Ángeles. And Amorita is just light. She's pure light, and she's pure joy, and her smile is like, it brightens the room so much. You have to adjust the camera just to like capture her light. And I think she gave me Gabina's innocence. And I thank them. I thank them so much because really this show would never be what it is without their individual strengths.
Another thing that I love about it, the editing style that you guys use, those wipes to do the little squares and everything. What was that came about?
Well, I mean, I've always been a fan of 1970s films. And there's this one film in particular, it's called The Thomas Crown Affair with Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway. And they did a split screen many times in that movie. And it just blew my mind. When I saw it, I said, that must have been, in that time, that must have been so modern and so cutting edge and so futuristic that I sort of wanted to do that for Azules in order for the show not to be like nostalgic. I wanted the show to be modern. Like I wanted the show to be like a 1971 modern show instead of, let's look back at the 70s and romanticize and how beautiful it was. Like I wanted to make it very modern. So I thought I'd use a 1970s tool that has sort of lost its value in recent years because now they only use it for like pastime or for music. And I really wanted to use it for investigation and for suspense. And I don't know, I found a great tool in that.
I love that. Fernando, this is the time that I have with you. And muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Muito obrigada. Thank you so much for your time. And a pleasure to meet you. And say hello to Bárbara. I'll say hello to her.
Muito obrigado a você.
De nada. Ciao.
Bye.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.